As a perimenopause expert, I genuinely think the worst symptoms of perimenopause are the effects on your mental health. It's no stretch of the imagination to understand that perimenopause can cause types of depression and, to a greater extent, anxiety. But there's also the feeling of what can be described as meh, feeling like a shell of your former self and not wanting to carry on with things that used to bring you joy. That, plus the fact that you will start, in many cases, to withdraw from partners, friends, and activities. And you have almost this perfect storm of, I'm going to say, alienation from your previous life. And what that will leave you with is feeling very lonely, very isolated, and in many cases, feeling misunderstood. And ironically, that can lead to feeling guilty as well, because that people that love you, quite often your partner, and in many times your friends, if they haven't experienced this yet, or maybe they won't at all if they're men, will either not understand, will try to understand, or in some cases will feel very angry. And the guilt that you feel if for example, your libido has gone off and done one, will compound on top of the other emotions. So that sounds like, well, thank you very much, Kate. That's brilliant. If I wasn't feeling bad enough, I feel really awesome now. Why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this because if this resonates with you, I want you to know that you're not the only one. I want you to know that it's not permanent. I want you to know that there are other women out there that will feel the same as you. I also want you to know that it's not your fault, that it's not something that you've done, that it's your hormones and it's part of the journey, but it's not the end chapter. Okay? So there are things that you can do and that you can work on in regards to energy. And when you get your energy back, or when you learn to work with your hormones, you will realize that that in many ways was linked to libido and maybe will help as well to feel more energized, a little bit more motivated, less depressed. When you realize that you can help yourself, sudden onset anxiety, for example, in perimenopause is extremely common, especially with certain, it may be just with certain activities, but getting help for things like that and working on them can help to reduce those incidences and make you start to gain more confidence again. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not your fault. Believe me, it's not your fault. But there are things that you can do to work on some aspects of this so that the general feeling is not one of hopelessness, is not one of, will this ever get better? And just losing the belief that the next chapter, or that there is a next chapter. I hope that makes sense. So yes, it does get better. And yes, there are things that you can do. And if I outlined them all in this video would be extremely long. But if you want my help, or if you want to join a community, you can go to and find my group. I have a free group on there called Perimenopause with Kate Grosvenor. But there are lots of things that you can do to help yourself, and just knowing that will help you to get started, because just the hope, I promise you, starts to make a difference. Okay? My name is Kate Grosvenor. I'm a perimenopause expert, as I said, and a life coach. And I talk about perimenopause all the time and mindset and all that stuff. Give me a follow if that's something that you want more of. And I really, really hope that if you're going through it at the moment with perimenopause and mindset, that this video reaches you and that it gives you just that little bit of encouragement to know that I promise you it does get better. I'm 51. I've come through the other side. I spend all my time talking to women about these things, and I promise you with all of my heart, darling, keep going. All right? Take care.